In a world where many airlines contemplate the retirement of four-engined aircraft given the lack of efficiency, it's always encouraging to see airlines return them to service, even in a minor capacity, and also even if it isn't for a prolonged period. Most recently, we learned more about Lufthansa's plans for the 380. As you know, the airline announced the retirement of all the fleet of the 380s back during the height of the pandemic, generally saying that they had no plans on returning the type to their operations given the current situation, with demand, the efficiency of the aircraft, and much more. It was a decision, and while sad for the lovers of the A380, that did make sense. The aircraft has quickly become out of favour, and airlines needed to pull the plug. The pandemic offered them the opportunity with demand levels at record lows. A plane that is capable of carrying 500 passengers simply did not work. It has been announced that the airline will be returning 3 of its currently stored Airbus A380s initially back into service for the summer 2023 season, which is no doubt a win for those enthusiasts who can now see the 380 flying in the Lufthansa colours. The A380 will be deployed on those high-capacity routes that fly out of Munich, Germany. Of course, they won't only have high capacity to consider when choosing the specific routing, but relatively high demand. A high-demand route is essential. Bringing it back correctly is no easy task, and putting it on routes where results will be felt will be very beneficial for the German airline. Lufthansa chopped its A380 fleet almost in half during the pandemic, and it plans to potentially see more of those A380s re-enter service in the future. However, this would depend on many factors, including the demand levels, and how those initial 3 A380s perform, and much more, before they decide to bring back the remaining 5. The carrier would be left with just 8, this being significantly lower than what they initially had before the pandemic, following the removal of 6 permanently. We did know that yes, Lufthansa always had plans to reactivate the A380, but those plans are pretty fresh, and were always far and few between in revealing just what would be taking place, with nothing seemingly concrete forming around the reintroduction of the world's largest passenger plane. Understanding through an earnings call that 3 will return, and in addition they'll be based out of Munich, is their first really strong intent, and of course we know they'll be flying from the summer of 2023 onwards. Planning is of paramount importance for the re-entry of such a plane. With their intention to fly it again, they can only do so if it will be profitable for them. And as you may be aware, the A380 is of course an aircraft that can struggle to work with most airlines, hence its lack of orders and the idea that it really only has been successful fully with Dubai-based Emirates given their hub and spoke model. Now, what are your thoughts on Lufthansa bringing back the A380 to service? Do you believe it is a mistake, or is it the correct decision? Let me know down below in the comments. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you next time.